guys, it's Eric with Monday Law coming to you today with a potential product or device that will change most of our lives. And I found this product probably about, I think it was 6 to 8, it was probably March or April of 2014 I found it. But let me back up for a minute. So most of us use MyFitnessPal or some other app to track our calorie intake, and you know, it's an essential device or application that we need to use to monitor how many calories we're putting into our body every single day. So to know what's going in and what's coming out is an essential part. And you know, most of us use the MyFitnessPal, and then you know, we use, you know, a heart rate monitor or some other device either on the machine to tell us how many calories we burnt. And you know, we want that deficit. You know, we take our BMI or BMR, and we try to make sure we have a deficit every day. And I know I'm kind of rambling on, but anyways, this product that I found, I thought was a scam. It was on Indiegogo, which is, if you guys don't know what Indiegogo is, it's like a Kickstarter. They have products, and you know, you get crowdfunding, and they have a product on there that I saw. It was like a watch that you wore, and the biggest selling point of this watch, okay, where, you know, 2014 they announced so many different watches coming to the market, and a lot of them didn't make it. Even Apple's iWatch, or Apple Watch, still hasn't come to the market yet, and it's supposed to come out this, I think, did they say first quarter 2015? I don't remember, but I heard there's some delays with that. So, and there's a bunch of other ones that did come to market and they got bad reviews, and some that were okay, and you know, nothing that really really changed the market at all. You know, Apple, even though they didn't come out with something, they're, you know, that was the biggest highlight in the iWatch or the watch market of 2014. You know, even though it's not out yet. So anyways, this other watch device that I found is called the HEALBE GoBe, and the biggest thing about the GoBe is that it can monitor your daily calorie intake. So you would automatically eat the foods that you want to eat, you know, within reason, and then, you know, half hour later, whatever it is, you look at your watch or you look at your app. I think they use the app to monitor everything. And you know, if you ate an apple, it would say, okay, you ate an apple, and that apple was 127 calories. You know, it would be precise, you know, depending on the size of it. You know, you wouldn't have to guesstimate. You know, or it would say it's 117, you know, whatever it is. So it took a while for it to register because your body had to process it, and had, you know, the sugars had to go through your bloodstream, and you know, then the watch would eventually pick it up. And you know, it also mentioned that it would do heart rate, which is fine. There's a lot of watches that do heart rates. There's even a ring that does a heart rate. But they mentioned that it would also monitor your hydration levels, which you can easily do through the skin. I'm not sure if it did oxygen levels. I don't think it said oxygen levels, but hydration. It would monitor your stress levels, heart rate, your sleep patterns at night, where there's a lot of products on the market that do this already. But the biggest thing was the calorie intake. There's nothing on the market right now that monitors your calorie intake automatically. It's all manually inputted into some type of device or app. So that's the biggest selling point. So I was kind of skeptical at first, and still am, Plus, they also offer the second feature. It would monitor your blood pressure, or could read your blood pressure. And from my understanding, I would think some type of device would have to squeeze your vessels. I'm not a doctor, so but to monitor your blood pressure, don't you need to hear when your blood veins collapse or expand or something like that? How could a watch do that if it doesn't, you know, put any pressure on your veins? So anyways, when I saw that it would monitor your blood pressure, I was very skeptical, and I did not purchase this on Indiegogo, even though it gave a good significant discount. Eventually, the Indiegogo fundraiser was successful, and it raised over $1 million, but I was not one of those backers. It was supposed to come out in June. It never did, and you know, they kept putting it off, and now I came across it again, and I looked at, you know, I did some more research on it, and apparently it's working. It's in some reviewers' hands, and it works like it really should work, and it's supposed to be coming out next month, but it's still a pre-order, and there's still no guarantee that it's going to actually work. And even if it does come out on the market, is it accurate? Is it, if you eat an apple or banana, is it going to be, you know, is it going to say 50 calories, or is it going to say, you know, 200 calories, you know, where it should only be, you know, 125, around there. You know, yes, it might be off by a few, which is normal. There's some error that's allowed, but you know, if it's 50 calories off or 100 calories off, it's not going to be worth it. You know, if you're eating 2,000 calories a day, but in reality, you know, the machine is saying you ate 1,000 calories, it's not going to work for you. So it's gotta work. It's gotta be close. You know, if it's 1,900 calories and you really ate 2,000 calories, that's fine. 100 calories off for the whole day is not a big deal. But 1,000 calories off for the whole day, that's a big deal. So it's gotta work, and it's gotta be accurate. So can't get a discount anymore, and the retail value or retail price is $299.99. So it's $300. And it's still a pre-order, and I'm thinking about getting it. I'd rather have this HEALBE GoBe rather than a Apple iWatch when it comes out, because the only reason I'm excited about the Apple iWatch is because for the health kit benefits, and you know, that is pretty much all. You know, everything else I can do on my iPhone. You know, I don't need a separate device where I can do, you know, have to do a calculator on my watch. I don't need that anymore. Yes, in high school that was cool to have a calculator on your watch, but I don't need that. I have my iPhone now. So the only benefits to me was the health kit applications. But if the Apple Watch does not have calorie intake monitor, then I'd rather have this other device, you know, the GoBe. You know, I don't know why they call it the GoBe. It's a weird name, but it works. It's fine. So anyways, I want to let you guys know about this device. I'll put a link in the description below. What do you guys think about this? Is it real? Is it fake? Is it something that you would use if it was accurate? Is it worth $300? To me, if it's accurate and it works like it should, yes, $300 is definitely worth it. But what do you guys feel? You know, put some comments below. Yay and nay, you know, whatever you guys think, okay? If you want to talk about other watches too, great. I would love to know about other products that are on the market, but this is the only one that I know of that has a calorie intake, and something like this is going to change. If it works, it's going to change the world. It really is. It's going to change weight loss forever in the weight loss community. And You know, just imagine what, you know, they can do with this. So leave some comments below. Sorry about this long video. I thought it was a great product, great topic. So give me a thumbs up, and if you're brand new to my channel,